situation. It shouldn't even be thought about. I wouldn't think about, what about they? I think they should get that vaccine, you know. Why would I think that way? Doesn't matter if they don't. I'm protected against them. I've had a vaccine. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
If you had 50-50 of the population that had one half had vaccine and one half didn't, then I think you'd be all right. Because the people that have had the vaccine, then they're protected against us, people that haven't.
Yeah.
And if we end up, more of us die, then you were right, and then who cares? So, but we've got to have our lives with unrestricted. We're completely living as we did before, completely normally. But you lot have to live under your lockdown and everything. Let's see how long that crap would last before looking at the people that haven't got the vaccine but they're living perfectly normal lives and people aren't dying like they say they are. Yeah, there's loads and loads of new cases of COVID and stuff, but people just aren't dying like that because people have built up their immune systems and stuff, and the people that have had it before, so they're okay now. So yeah, because you're going to get death, stuff like that, because this is a new one. It's just like flu, and people would start dying from flu again, and that's normal life now. But the other ones who are under lockdown and stuff because they're vaccinated and they're too frightened to come out, they're the one that should be opened up, but they're not. No, you tell me what that is about.
Yeah.
Tell me why, if more people have had the vaccine than the people that haven't now, why do we keep having all these lockdowns?
Yeah.
I really want to know why. Because I don't understand it. All these businesses that are going bust right now, pubs and hotels, all these different places, because they can't have people in there. Oh, come on, people. Well, we're way past that now. I'm way past that. I've had enough. That's enough now. It's all a bloody nonsense. Thank you very much. We need to quit it. The fun's over. Yeah. Boris Johnson and everybody else laughing at us like it's some great experiment. Look at the country. They've fallen for this one, you know. I say, Boris, it's a bloody good joke you're playing on the country, them old chap. Come on, burst my sides laughing. That's what it's like. Oh, come on, man.
That's Papa ranting. Oh my.
It's
The rice.
bloody true. God. Couldn't make it up. It's like one of those things that the people that were born that live that are like in their 100 years of age and stuff like that now. So from the First World War right through that sort of stuff, Second World War and all these different wars and all these different things, and it was a kind of on the lines of the same thing with all these diseases and then this thing and everything else. Life's been doing that ever since I've been born, and it hasn't changed a jot right now. But this is the first time we've ever shut down a whole country just I think we're being hoodwinked. Well, come on, man. Why can't we just? I'll tell you what we should do. Have an experiment, yeah. And I think you'll find most people just say, especially people who are really struggling with their businesses and stuff. People that want to go and do their normal stuff now and not have to have a restriction with it or anything else, just completely back to normal 100%. We should try that for 1 month. 1 month. We gear up all the hospitals and everything else. So everybody, it's just like we try to win this war. This is the way we're going to win this war now. We've got everything in place. We've got all the new hospitals in place. We've got the nurses in place. We're ready to go. We can beat this stuff. So that's what we should do then, shouldn't we? Just give it a go for a month. See what happens. That's what you should do. I think you find most people will be on that one. Yes, just see what happens. Now, if it turns into catastrophe and 1 million people die, because they won't be back in normal amount. Simple as that.
No rigging though.
Oh no, but if you want a vaccine, because you can still have vaccines and stuff.
Yeah.
That's part of it. That's just,
Yeah.
you've got normal life, of course you can. Nobody said you couldn't have a vaccine. Of course you can have a vaccine. People will be queuing up even more because they'll be worried to death in case they're suddenly going to drop down dead because they're leading a normal life.
Yeah. See?
If you want to wear a mask
Psychology,
still, you
yeah.
can wear a mask still. If you don't want to wear a mask, you don't have to. So I have no problem with it. If I go to the shop and stuff, I've got a mask on, I ain't bothered about anybody else wearing a mask. Why should I be? I'm wearing my own one. So
Yeah.
why don't you worry about theirs? Of course they don't need a mask on. I've got my mask on.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't want one, so why should I say, oh, you need to wear a mask? No, they don't. They don't.
No,
Because the people
yeah.
that want one, you've got one on.
Yeah.
Why don't those bloody people see that sometimes? When I'm thinking, why are they arguing about a person coming into a
I
shop
know.
that hasn't got a mask on? Oh, come on, people.
No, someone
Everyone else has got one
are
on, so it's not a problem.
there are
But
really people.
they still bloody rear up about it.
I know.
And what's that about? Come on, man. That's just
I will
dumb.
tell you about this one morning when I was getting on a bus number 52, and there's this old chap who's wearing his mask, and it's morning, so it's such a busy, people gets into the bus really packed, and then here's this old man, poor old man, stood up. Why aren't you wearing your mask? There are few people not and standing around
Oh,
him.
bless his heart.
Oh,
Did he have a mask on?
he did.
Oh, it's all right then, you see. He didn't have to say a thing.
I know he should.
Because he doesn't need to wear a cap. They can cough him.
Yeah.
They can spit in his face. He's got a mask on, so it's not going to get in his. It's not going to go inside him. So he's good to go. He's got his armour on. He's okay.
But he still complained and screamed.
Don't
that
ask
he-
the other people to wear a mask. You're wearing the mask for them.
Yeah.
They're protecting you. You try to live a normal life. So this is to get overdone with the quickest possible. So don't worry about people not wearing
And
masks.
at the end of the day,
I'm going to wear mine because I like it. Because I haven't had a
Yeah.
cold or anything since I wore a mask.
there's nothing wrong in wearing a mask. It
Nothing at
actually
all.
helps you.
I quite
Not from
like
the
it.
COVID, but
actually.
from everything.
Yeah, it's cool. So there, I have no problem with masks.
Yeah.
But if people don't want what they do, what difference does that make? The people that wear them, they haven't got to worry about it, have they? And they're the ones complaining about it. I haven't heard anybody complaining about it that hasn't worn a mask. They haven't gone in there and said, excuse me, why aren't you wearing it? Or excuse me, can you get your mask on? Or excuse me, can you take your mask off? Why have you got that mask on? I think it's disgraceful. You come around here with a mask on. That's terrible. You're
I know.
endangering my life. You need to get out of the shop immediately. That mask could flick off and get me in the eye. I could be scarred. You need to get out of the shop with that mask on. What are you thinking? See?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And it's the other way around.
Yeah.
If somebody wearing a mask can't tell somebody in front of him to
Yeah.
put a mask on because they don't need to. Because you've got the mask. So I mean the irony here. Come on man, it's not rocket science. It's common bloody sense. It's common sense, that's it, end of story. So it's how everybody get on with this. And then people have a mask, they can't do, people don't, so we don't need to argue about that one anymore, that's done. Anti-vaccine, we've done that bit, don't need to argue about that one anymore. Well done mate, sorted.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. So we will be able to say goodbye to anything, so we just say once goodbye, and they can use it for both, all three, or five. But cheers anyway guys.
yeah. Thank you. That's our more of our rants in the kitchen.
Yeah, but it's true though, darling. So anyway, to everybody out there, to Jess and everybody else, remember after all of this and everything else, and everybody's been doing things that they shouldn't, can we just have some common sense and just because at the end that's all it is. It's a bit of common bloody sense. There's nothing to argue about. There isn't. Not when you think about it, otherwise you look like an idiot. So if you're going to argue, then you're idiots. I'm not arguing about it, so I'm not.
What are you?
So be careful what you want to be, because you will, when you look back, you go, Christ, I was an idiot though. How could I have thought that? Somebody without a mask and he's going to infect me when I've got a bloody great cough across my face. Simple. Yin and yang. What goes around comes around. So one's against the other, it's fine. It's like rock, paper, scissors. If you get two rocks, there's no damage. If you get a mask and a rock, there's no damage to the mask wearer. If you get a wind and the mask wearer wins again. Get a disease, the mask wearer wins.
Yeah.
Get me drift.
So mask wearers should
So why
not
is he
worry.
worried about the
I know.
diseases and everything else from the person without one on?
Mm.
What would worry about him for? He ain't doing nobody any no harm. Leave him alone. Or her, or anybody else. Leave him alone. They have a God-given right not to wear a mask. Thank you very much. Anybody else is being silly.
Mm.
It is. So it's like dealing with a bunch of children. Should have a vaccine, shouldn't have a vaccine. You have a bloody right. If you don't want one, don't bloody have one. If you want one, but the people that have got one, don't complain about the people that haven't. Come on.
Because you already are protected.
You're already protected, so what the hell? What is it that you've got to make them all join your club?
Yeah, I know.
Bloody hell, are you crazy? Oh, see what I mean? I'm not arguing about that.
I know. So you protected yourself.
Yes, and this is the world we live in right now.
You don't have to worry. We are the ones who worry, who are not protected.
It really is bloody hell. We're led by idiots who just party away. Boris Johnson will be the first Prime Minister to resign because he partied too much. Not he brought down the country because of this, or there was a spy thing about it, or he disgraced himself. He had too many parties. Crazy world. He couldn't make it up. They'll look back in a few hundred years' time and they'll come across all the different prime ministers and they'll come across Boris Johnson who's saying what he did and stuff like that. And then the reason why he resigned is partying too much. And we're thinking, they're not quite sure what they have to think about that. Well, he must have been quite a cool guy because he kept partying all the time.
Yeah.
So we like him in one way, but the other time, perhaps he wasn't doing his job properly. I think it must have been because it was all parties and no job. Because that's kind of what it's been, isn't it? Got 12 parties to go to. Come on, man. When do you start running the country? So yeah, interesting, isn't it? The first one to be sacked for
It's not yet soft.
party.
You might still, you know.
No, it's no guy. It's very funny.
I know, but
what a
it's not
wonderful world we
soft
live
yet,
in.
darling.
No, I know, but he will be.
You sure?
Because if he isn't, how did he get away with that?